in Tokyo, but like in like a really far off place in Tokyo. She didn't tell me until I got there that she was on her period, and I was like, "Oh my God, I I should have stayed
Got you good, fucker.
home." Like you could have told me this all last night. Like no,
That's why you
You
gotta.
I
could have
could.
gotten your man. There's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, like we made out a bunch or whatever, and I was like, this is like, am I in high school
Jeez.
again? I'm in high school again. She's a cool chick, though, I guess. We're not live, are we?
We are now.
Oh, okay. We weren't live when I was talking about that, right?
Nah,
No.
Oh, okay.
but I do gotta change. This thing, man, I hate when I gotta like. I need to just set up different profiles because I have to keep switching everything whenever I switch from Twitch to YouTube, and it's always different for each one.
If you guys haven't played Infamous Second Son, it's free on PlayStation this month.
Yeah, I already beat it.
Oh, really?
Yep. First Light is better though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The DLC better than the entire game?
Yep.
Wow. What, do you get more powers or something?
Not how you stick to with one power, but
Oh, it's just a better story?
yeah, better story and the powers that the other person the female has is the way she uses it makes a lot more sense than the way he uses it.
Yeah, like the neon and stuff.
Yeah, it makes sense for her because she has to be more about speed, not power. So it makes sense for her to have that power, not him.
Yeah, I think they were just going with because what was it with the first like Infamous or two? Like you could draw power from somebody else's, even though you had like electrical power and shit. So
Yeah, that's pretty much what Second Son is. Just getting power from other people, and then you can switch it to how you want it. I mean, you really only use the neon. That's honestly all you need in that game.
yeah,
I
video
think...
game I thought was a little lame.
Yeah,
What? Oh, the video.
yeah, that
Yeah.
was pretty.
Power.
I used
I'm
it
using it
once.
right now actually because of the flight. It's pretty useful for like a quick getaway,
Mm.
Meh.
but outside of that, it's kind of pointless. I don't like the invisibility.
Alright, let's see. I think I got everything set up right. Jeez, I hate this. Alright. And everybody can hear me just fine, right?
Isn't.
Alright. Yeah, so I don't have much topics. So if y'all have some topics, please let me know. It was dry for the last 2 weeks. I had to like struggle to get these topics I have now.
Yeah, the one I saw about what was it, Cuphead and somebody like just not doing well.
Oh yeah,
I was-
that's yeah. Yeah.
The,
The journalist.
Yeah.
the craziest thing is like after that, I was seeing a shit ton of YouTube videos being like, "Do you have to be good at video?" Like I was like, "Holy shit!"
But you gotta admit that was pretty bad.
Like, yeah, I was watching that, and at first I was just like, you know what? Is it one of those things where like, because I know some people that will go into a game and they will dick around in that like safe tutorial area just trying to get used to stuff.
Yeah.
But also because they like watching the animation or something in that specifically they really like seeing and they want to recreate it.
Mm-hmm.
And so at first I was like, oh, maybe that's what it is. And then it just was like after a certain point I was like, oh, I
this
guess
guy's
not.
freaking awful.
Yeah.
I mean, why did the company just decide to put that out and just
Yeah.
show it and be like, yeah, watch our guys suck at this game?
All right, so that'd be our first topic. Just want to do an intro and then we get back to that topic. Who wants to go first?
Hi, I'm Chris. Yeah.
Yeah,
People call me Vontel sometimes if they're not in the military.
All right. Next. Anybody?
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right. All right.
Yo, it's Lewis. We all know I don't got an intro, so let's get this started.
Kenshin, I'm eating again.
Fucking
Alright.
badass.
Alright, Damon X22, you already know what it is.
Damn, Nick.
Yeah, they made X22. You already know what it is. That's what he said.
Y'all know what he said. He has the SoundCloud rapper intro.
Alright.
Haters.
Alright, yeah, this Tony Play Games. Just so you guys know, Randy is in the US of A right now, so that's why his connection is pretty bad. He's in a hotel, so God bless his heart.
Oh, really?
Wow.
I didn't know
It's
that.
probably not that bad. Let's be honest. It's probably not horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, it's probably not horrible.
Welcome to America.
Last night, man. It was the absolute worst, man. Trying to play Destiny 2 with the squad, like, it was terrible. For all that's what it was. Sorry.
Dude, considering like the way you sound right now is as if you're at the end of a hallway. Like,
Yes.
Like you seriously need to listen to this podcast when it comes up, and you will understand why we laughed so much at stuff. It's because it's like you're at the end of the hallway trying to partake in our conversation when we're like all together in this little group. That's all.
No. Mucha.
Alright, so let's go ahead and get back to the first topic. So, we had a game journalist who was playing Cuphead at, was it Gamescom, I want to say, or was it PAX East? I get those mixed up all the time.
I thought it was Gamescom because I feel like this happened before PAX East.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, so he was playing it, and he was playing Cuphead, and it was very, very bad. So, of course, every gamer, like hardcore gamer, was talking a lot of junk about the guy. Some of it was a little bit overboard, but some of it he did deserve, because I think once he said, like, he's been playing Xbox for 14 years, and then once you say, like, hey, don't say anything about my credibility, that pretty much puts you on the spot there, because once he said, hey, I know how to game, I've been gaming for 14 years, people went to go search for his gamer tag on Xbox Live, and the guy had 9,000, what do you call it? His achievement was 9,000.
It was just 9,000 points?
Yeah, just 9,000 points for 14 years.
Oh, dude, I gotta look up my score now. This is...
Yeah.
I have to now.
Mine is at least like 15,000.
So how long have you been on Xbox?
Since, well, this Xbox Live account I have is, I want to say, about 6 years old.
So 6 years, 15,000.
It's more. It has to be more than 15,000. But I'm in the middle of a game right now. As soon as I Well, actually, honestly, I'm not gonna turn my Xbox on. I don't feel like it. But I don't know. I have the Xbox app. I can
Well, you
check.
have, yeah, you got the out. Yeah, so let me know. So 6 years.
Yeah, it was Gamecom.
Okay.
Sorry, just had to double check it.
Yep, that's good. So once he said that, people uh, decided to make videos. And the video, people were posting up on YouTube, around the internet, different news sites. The question was like, do game journalists, should they be like actually good at a game to review games? Because if he's struggling with this, let's say that he did a review, and you see the review, and a lot of the review is saying about like the gaming mechanics or something like that. How can you trust somebody who's not even good at the game to review the game and tell you about the mechanics? Because maybe it's just him and not just the game itself.
Yeah, so that kind of goes back to what a lot of, or at least some of the people I've respected in the reviews go, and they say, I might not be the voice for you.
Yep.
Because, so like, that's really how it goes, is a lot of these critiques and reviews are going to be opinions. And so what one person thinks and feels about a specific game is not going to always be what everybody thinks. So, I feel that it's almost one of those situations where we'd have to see what he does like to play and specialize in, and actually probably take his opinion more seriously on that sort of style than just
overall. He wasn't good at games at all, anyway. So, but he enjoyed gaming.
If you're just going by gamer score, sure, whatever. Because like I'm 78,636. But that's also with like a bunch of games that have just only got like maybe 200 gamer score in. So
okay, so mine is 33,506,
and that's for 6 years.
So
that's what I'm saying. He messed up when he started saying like he's been. I don't think he should have brought that up, because that made him look even worse. If he would have just said like, "Hey, I was struggling with the game. I didn't really know what to do. Maybe I'm not good at platforming games." I think that would have been okay.
See, originally I was like, the other thing is Cuphead is not going to be an easy game.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it is going to be difficult.
Yep.
But it was the tutorial. He can't even get.
Oh no! I when I saw him missing, I was like, okay, his platforming timing is not where it needs to be, because it was the dash. He kept hitting that dash button at the wrong time, like too late. And I was like, okay, that's why. So no, like that's when the story originally hit. I was like, oh, okay, it's probably just he just did bad on this level or that level. That happens because the
tutorial.
I saw he just kept doing the jump and missing the timing, and I was like, okay, all right.
My thing is, it tells you like tap A and hold for high jump. So, and then it says dash to quick evade, and it tells you right there.
Yeah, it basically says, hey, you can do this and they did a really good job of making that little tutorial set up, make it so you have to do each of those items for the most part to get any further. So, yeah, I'm just going with this is not his type of game.
Yeah, I think he should have said that, but because I know it's probably his pride is like, hey, I'm not gonna let nobody tell me I'm bad at platforming games, but he should just take your pride. Just need to go away. It's just like, hey, I'm not good at platforming games.
Yeah,
and I think everybody would have been cool. Everybody would have been okay with that, but don't say, hey, I've been gaming Xbox for 14 years. And then somebody goes check out your achievement, because people are going to go check it out.
Oh yeah. And for a while, people wanted reviewers to post their gamer tag so that they could check achievements to see that they actually completed the game.
Oh man, if they did that, it would be. There'd be some people who finishing games on easy mode.
Yeah.
And then some games
ain't nothing wrong with it.
Some games do have specific achievements for like with the difficulty that you finish it on and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's understandable.
What was it? There were a couple where I've played, like you play on a harder difficulty, and you still, when you finish the game, you unlock everything lower than that.
Yeah,
So it would say that I beat it on like easy and normal when I also beat it on hard.
yeah.
So
So I think most games now do that anyway, so you don't have to go back and beat on easy mode.
yeah,
But uh, that's understandable if it shows you at a higher difficulty that people know that hey, he did beat it on this the highest difficulty he beat it on, so he
Mhm.
must have beaten it on that difficulty and got the achievements for the lower difficulty.
yeah.
But yeah, Cuphead does not look easy at all. When I was
Oh
watching
no,
gameplay, not at all.
that's why I can't wait. I can't wait to get my ass kicked in that game
Yeah.
because it's gonna happen.
Yep.
Like,
Not gonna buy it.
okay,
What? An Xbox guy is not gonna buy it.
that's
Wow.
cool. I'm gonna buy it. So
Yeah.
Why am I not gonna buy Cuphead?
Yeah. Why?
Same reason why I didn't buy Last Guardian.
Which
Well, Last
Thank
Guardian
you,
is
Cole, for
more.
saying that. I wasn't sure myself.
do you think it's overhyped or something?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. This brings me back to memories back in my day. Like,
Back in my day,
yeah, man.
we used to take people in the fan room and fight them.
It's gonna be good shit.
But the
It's
thing
gonna
I
be Golden
don't
Star
like,
Heroes and shit.
yeah, I wish they would have just kept it with boss battles instead of adding platforming into it. I think that's
Yeah,
where
too
a lot
many
of people
people
don't like
complain
it. Yeah,
about not like for some reason people thought it was going to be a platformer with boss battles when they never showed footage of platforming. Just
exactly.
stuff during boss battles.
Yep,
So, oh well, what can you do, right?
yep.
What'd you do
All
for
right.
conduct?
So,
Murder.
Destiny 2 came out. Who's playing that?
You know all the nerds are. AKA
Um,
Cool.
I'm playing it.
I'm the nerd, fool.
Nerds.
Freaking nerds.
So is it just me and Randy playing it?
as a nerd, I'm kind of offended by that, but all right.
Freaking weebs.
So only me and Randy, nobody else.
Yeah, I honestly don't care that much about Destiny. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I can tell you a little bit. It does feel a lot better. The story's a lot better than Destiny 1. I put a lot of hours in Destiny 1, so it was only right for me to put some little bit of hours in Destiny 2. I wasn't expecting much, but glad I didn't expect much because now my what I thought about the game is a lot better than what I thought it would be.
Oh, cool.
So, but it's a lot better. It's no more the cheesing of like just sitting in one spot, just shooting the enemies in one spot. None of that.
But isn't it pay to win now?
It's what?
Pay to win now?
No, so that's the misconception that people think it is. Um, there is microtransactions, and they call it silver. So you can go into the store and buy these things called silver, which is like in-game currency. But to get that stuff, you can also just play through the game. So you don't have to play like pay for anything. Things you can unlock almost every. Actually, you can unlock everything that says that you can pay. It's just easier to get there if you want to buy it. That option is there. It has nothing to do with the multiplayer. It can affect like your level doing single player, but multiplayer it means absolutely nothing because everything is dialed down to equal grounds for every weapon. It's all about skill, not about what gear you have.
Yeah.
I.
All right, Randy, you got anything to say about that?
About Destiny 2.
Yep.
Well, like, I mean, you pretty much hit all the main points. Like, the story is a lot more well defined, or it's easier to understand and get into because it's like right there, like right out there in front of you. As you play, like cutscenes and stuff, they're explaining things.
It's not like, like how it was in the previous one where you got to look at like grimoire cards and like all this other stuff. Yeah, and you can play through like the main campaign, like, well, never mind, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but yeah, it's all there. It's well explained. So and it's just fun to play through. The overall gameplay it's not too different from what it was before. Obviously, like the things that made it fun are still there. It's just like you were saying, like little tweaks here and there to make things a little bit better. Um, I was surprised that it felt like really easy to like level up quickly, but I kind of think that was the same thing in the original Destiny. Like you leveled up really quickly, but then when you had to worry about light level and stuff like that, it was still pretty difficult.
Yeah.
Doing like the grind or the farm for the higher tier gear. But other than that, I mean, I think it's a fun game. I'm gonna continue playing it. Yeah, this is gonna be like my first person shooter, I guess, for the console for a while.
So I just gotta add one more thing. So another thing I like with as far as the story, it does make sense, like you said, and I like that in order to unlock more missions, you have to like do like certain type of events, like public events, strikes or whatnot. So I like it that it's kind of forced you to do everything in the game, like playing Crucible, because before in Destiny you could play in one mode and you didn't have to play any other mode. This one kind of forces you, like, hey, try all these modes out to level up, and I like that.
Yeah, that's actually really good, especially for the players that are playing those other modes, or they have to do it for whatever reasons. Like, it pretty much guarantees there's gonna be people playing them. You're not just like stuck like waiting or having to ask friends to join up to help you through something. Like, more than likely you'll have people to play with. So I am definitely happy about that.
Yep. And strikes will be coming out, I think, October 21st. I think that's the when not strikes but raids.
Yeah.
All right. So next topic we're gonna talk about Chris, Von Trail Chris, his topic that he wanted to do. Do you want to go ahead and announce that? Go ahead and ask a question.
Okay, so we're talking about worst games received as a gift. And the worst game I've ever received as a gift was when in 2010 there was a lot of games that came out and I was really excited. I don't even remember what game I wanted. Hold on. Let's look. What games came out that year? Well, anyway, I saw my aunt got me a gift and I was extremely excited. I knew it was a video game. I thought it was the video game I wanted. Christmas comes and the gift was Tournament of Legends for the Wii, and I was like, this is not what I wanted. And it's a fighting game for the Wii, and we all know the Wii and fighting games probably is extremely gimmicky. And I literally played that game like 3 times, and I was just like, why can't you just give me the game I wanted? And I was just like miserable. Oh yeah,
child.
it was Dead. I wanted Dead Rising 2. And I got freaking Tournament of Legends. Does anybody even know what that game is?
Yes, I do know what that game is.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
I never even played that. I haven't even heard of it.
It's a Wii game.
It was
the
Wii
original
fighting
Wii.
You could have like a Minotaur fighting like somebody else. It was
A Minotaur versus a skeleton. Like, I guess it was Greek mythology, but it wasn't even good.
Yep.
It was bad. So I just was curious, what was the worst games you guys ever received as a gift?
Man, that's a hard one.
I've never gotten games for Christmas. None that I can really remember, so.
Yeah,
Or
Not just for
well,
Christmas
any
as a
gift
gift.
for any holiday. I don't remember getting a gift game. So, or for any celebration.
so for me growing up, we didn't have a lot of money, so every game that I wanted, my parents got for me. And it was only like one or two a year, and I had to go over other friends to play their games. So that's a really hard one for me.
I've gotten some bad games. You know how like those McDonald's toys, like all my mom's friends knew I was really into gaming or whatever, even as a kid, and he's like, "Oh, I heard you like video games or whatever," and they'll like reach into their purse and pull out this McDonald's like video game, and I'm like, the fuck is this? And they're like,
It's a game.
Damn.
It's a Game Boy.
okay. I was like, first of all, she's like, yeah, you can play it on your Game Boy. I was like, first of all, this isn't a cartridge. Don't you ever disrespect Nintendo like that. Second of all, what is these little stick figures doing? Oh, they're playing hockey. First of all, I'm black. You know damn well we don't watch hockey. I don't know what none of these stick figures' names are. Like, who the fuck is fucking Dirk Nowitzki? Like, okay, I get it. He's not a fucking hockey player, but he sounds like one. Anyway, I digress. That I used to get the shittiest games because no one understood what gaming was around where I was when I was growing up. So like my mom was the only one who, like, when I say I wanted a certain video game, she understood that's the game I wanted, and any substitute is not gonna hold me over. Like if I say, hey, I want Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and she goes and gets me the Angry Birds, she's like, it's still a video game. It's the same thing, right? Like, mom, you know what? I love you, but you're no longer my mother. Like,
Damn.
Damn.
you're cut off. If I asked for Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and I got Dead to Rights, actually Dead to Rights was pretty good, but if I got Catwoman instead, I would disown my mom. I'd have to. Like, as not as like a bad person, just as like she knew better.
Yeah.
Like, you know better. So
Okay. So
yeah, go ahead.
my parents eventually learned to, I guess, not bother as much. Like for a while, it would be I'd ask for a video game, and like we most of the time that we couldn't afford it, or they were like, no, you spend too much time with that anyways, sort of thing. So I'd get other things instead. I do remember one time my brother and I got video games, and it was the Bible games. So,
goodness. Oh,
but at the
goodness.
same time, we're just like, you know what? At least they're kind of trying.
Yeah.
And we still were like, oh man, let's go play this because we were starving for video games. So like, we ended up getting really good at a couple of them.
Bible shooter.
I think it was no, it was Exodus, and I think it was like Spiritual Adventure or something. Like one of them was like a Zelda game, and so you had to go through and like the stupidest thing was you threw fruit at people that were sinners. You threw like fruit of the Lord at people, and you had to like find out where all these other pieces were and stuff. And at the very end, you fight the devil. Like it was
Jesus.
fucking ridiculous. You fight the devil by throwing like apples and pomegranates and shit at him. That's how you fight the devil.
Wow.
But at the same time, we were like, this is a game, so hey, let's go for it. So yeah, like that's the only thing I can think of being the worst, because like a lot of the other times, because we couldn't afford stuff. I remember one time for my birthday, I asked my mom specifically. I was like, Mom, if I could get a video game, Super Mario RPG, like straight up, like if you could get me a game, that one. And so what ended up happening was like my birthday comes around and like all the presents happen and there's no Super Mario RPG, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I guess I can get that. I can understand, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my mom's like, so I couldn't afford the actual game, so I rented it from Blockbuster. So you have 3 days.
Oh shit, son!
So
Blockbuster.
I fucking lost it. I was like, oh my god, yes, I'm playing this right now. Period. Like straight up, 3 days straight. I went ham on that game. So yeah, I can't really say like anything was like really that bad, except for maybe the Bible stuff, but that's all retrospect. Nothing really like at the
Mm-hmm.
moment. Oh and shucks. So
God damn it! What is this? I've got a
yeah,
lot of really bad games.
like that didn't really happen as much because after a certain point, they just were like, you know what, we know we're not going to buy you anything because you're going to buy it for yourself anyway. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. Like I never was afforded the option to buy video games myself growing up because like I never really had money. Like every time I got money, I would immediately spend it on food. Like
Oh,
and that was pretty irresponsible or whatever. And like I do remember on a regular basis, like for like 2 years, I wanted the same game over and over again because it was PS2 and this kept scratching. So I'm like, and it was Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi 3, Budokai Tenkaichi 3. I was like, hey mom, can you get me this game? She's like, I just got you that game. I was like, look here. I didn't ask for an argument. I didn't ask for your lip. You gonna give me the video game or not? And she was like, look here, boy, get out of my house. I was like, huh? I was like, I was like, what? Like, you love me. You can't do that. But so I asked for that game again, but instead she was like, well, I couldn't find that one, but here's a really cool one. It's like the same thing, right? And she got me Dragon Ball Z Infinite World instead once, and I was just like, this isn't even 3D. What is wrong with you, woman? How dare you? I wound up having the most fun with Infinite World, and I was just like, okay, yeah, you get a pass, woman. You get a pass, parental figure.
I was gonna say yeah, because you probably went to the store, and if you hit up like a Funko Land or an EB Games, I could see the guys being like, okay, yeah, we don't get that. We've got these other Dragon Ball games, and I know just from experience, there's at least one person working in the store that knows their Dragon Ball games.
Oh yeah, everybody knows their Dragon Ball games.
So like they'd actually go out and be like, yeah, bam, bam, bam. Like I remember, I actually had one customer who that was the thing that he would buy. He didn't buy too many other games from what I remember, except every single time a new Dragon Ball game was coming out, I'd be like, yo, bro, this new one's coming out. He'd be like, all right, cool, I'm getting it. When's the date?
Pre-order.
All right, I'm gonna be there. Like every time. So like every single Budokai's, when Budokai went Budokai Tenkaichi, all of that, he just went for it. So
Oh, another shitty one I got was Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2. The one where you can fuse Tien and Yamcha into like this creepy. He looked like a pedophile, a pedophile.
I didn't think that was too bad, but I mean,
Budokai 2 was
better than Budokai 1.
It was not good though. Budokai 3 and Infinite World of the 2D fighting genre right there. Okay, we're way off topic. We can talk about this later.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I can only like remember 2 instances where I had like a bad game. Well, it was a bad situation in which I got a game. I'll say that. So there was this one. So I was into like, playing the Pokemon games. It's actually both of these stories revolve around Pokemon games. But So the first one, I was really young, and I was not used to just like having things, but I was hanging around like a really bad crowd at the time. So one of my friends had this game, it was Pokemon. I think it was Gold version, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I kept asking like, hey, let me borrow it and blah 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 and this and that. And then he'd let me borrow it, and then I'd give it back, and then stuff like that. It'd only be for like a couple days here and there. And then he had like all of them. He had like blue, yellow, gold, silver, like fucking red, white, all that shit,
Red
right?
and white.
But
White wasn't
so
even out back then.
no, I'm talking. Just follow me here, all right?
Got you,
Anyway,
fam.
so yeah. So one day, I'm over kicking it with him or whatever not, and then I'm playing gold, and then I just went home with it, and like he had no idea that I was playing it or whatever, but I just took it with me, and I just played it and just had it for like 3 months, right? And then he was asking, and like his parents was like, man, it's missing somewhere, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, hey man, it's probably in like your messy ass room, right? I was just like, hey, figure that out. But I was being a complete piece of shit, right? This was like, I don't know, like a couple months before Christmas. So Christmas rolls around, right? And guess what I get for Christmas? Dude, as soon as like I opened up the present and looked at it, like I almost started crying. I'm just like, dude, I am the worst kind of person in existence.
I stole this guy's game.
Like, never did anything like that before and never did anything like that after because of that event. Like, it made me realize, like, sometimes it's not worth it, man. It's just, you just give it time. You know what I mean? Like, and I felt so terrible, but I never told him. I just went back to his house. We were playing or something, and he left. And then I just like slid it somewhere in like a really obscure location. And then I just left it at that. And I was like, all right, well, and moving on. All right. So that's the first story. I'm not going to say like the game was necessarily terrible. It's just the fact that the whole situation was bad. But along those lines, so I was trying to get a Pokemon Silver or whatever, so I could do like the trading back and forth or whatever, not after the fact. But I was watching like Yu-Gi-Oh for a little bit. And I
Yeah.
guess that my mom thought that, hey, there's this game, a Yu-Gi-Oh game that was for PlayStation. It was Forbidden Memories, right?
I thought you were saying
So, huh?
Duelist of the Rose.
No. But like PlayStation 1, like I think Forbidden Memories was like the first one. I don't know. I didn't really follow Yu-Gi-Oh games like that.
I've got the album, the like main art, like in my brain for it.
Yeah.
Like it's got UV on it. It's got the weird, stupid pyramid.
Yep.
Like upside. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. My mom's bought me that, right? And I'm like, oh snap, this is gonna be pretty dope. And like you play like your first like duel or whatever, and it's super easy. Maybe the second one was pretty easy, but after that, like I remember that game being ridiculously hard. Like there was no like, so you know how in Pokemon you can run around in the wild and grind and do this and that. In that game, it was like, hey, like literally after you beat one dude, you have to beat the next dude, and then you have to beat the next dude in order. There's no in between. There's like a set progression, and if you fuck up at any point in time in between there, like you're gonna be fucked, right? So I remember I eventually I got to a point where like I was in like, and I mean spoilers, whatever, it's the older shit. You essentially became like Yugi for real, like the actual like dude, you know what I'm saying? Back in time, back in ancient Egypt, because he kind of got like trapped in the little thing. Then you went
Yami.
to the future. Yeah, Yami, there it is. You went to the future, was Yugi, did like the tournament or whatever, then you go to the past. So at the end of the tournament, you have to fight like, Kaiba and Pegasus and all that shit. You win that, you go back to the past as Yami, and you have to go through that tournament again. And essentially fight this dude who had like all of like the best cards in the game, right? But before that, you have to like fight these like 2 or 4 bosses like right before him. The first boss spanked my ass so hard. I'm over here pulling out like just like some straight shit cards. I got a couple trap cards over here. Some do a little damage right here. I had nothing that was like substantial. I had like maybe one Blue Eyes White Dragon in my whole deck, right? All the rest of it was shit. Like these dudes was pulling out like all of like the epic like ancient cards and shit. Like it was the worst shit in the world. I'm just sitting here banging my head against this game. And my mom would always ask me like, "Hey, how's it going with that game? Oh, you should play it for me." I'm like, yo, man, this game is so shit, man. Like, I don't even feel like I'm like a duelist. I just feel like I'm just like bending over, just like, hey, all right, who's next? You know what I mean? Just let's get this over with. Like, it was just the absolute worst experience. And I remember, like, eventually I got a little like a cheat engine thing, and I was trying to play it. Like, I had like cheats for it, and it was still fucking hard because the way that the cheats worked, it was not beneficial for the gameplay. I was
I
like,
always
Jesus
had
Christ.
I always had like a giant deck of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and typically with those games, you can like input like the card number on the card, and you can get that card in the game. So I'd always start off with Dark Magician Girl, Blue Eyes White Dragon. I just have a stacked deck from the start, and I was like, all right, I'm ready to go. But I forgot you had to sacrifice monsters. So I just have a deck full of cards I can't summon and magic
Yeah,
and trap cards. I was just like, oh shit, where did I go wrong?
yeah. It was way too complicated, and I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna play fucking Pokemon. I don't even know why I had this game. And I remember years later, like doing like the emulator thing, trying to play it, and I was like, what the fuck was I trying to do with this? Like, it's fucking stupid. It was just really bad. But yeah, that's my two.
Well,
Okay.
I have nothing to say. Anybody else got anything?
No, I'm good.
Long you sleep?
Yeah,
Of course. All
of
right.
course.
So there's been some demos and betas that's been going through the last 2 weeks. One of them was Knack 2 demo. Anybody else get a chance to play that?
Well, Knack 2 is out, so
Yeah, it's out now, but
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna
I
be
mean,
honest,
at the
I
time
kinda-
it wasn't. I'm still waiting for my copy to get here. So
I kind of said screw. There's no reason for me to play Knack 2, like at all.
Same.
I mean, Knack 2 was actually felt a lot better.
That's cool, but Knack 1 it like left such a bad taste in my mouth. Just from trying to play it, I was like, yeah, they'd have to make everything better. They'd have to make story better. They'd have to make like character interactions better as along with actual like parts of the gameplay for me. And so like it's good to find out that they made certain improvements on the gameplay, and then like I was reading that story wise it's still kind of like more of the same, and I'm like, nope, not gonna deal with that.
Mhm.
My time is better spent elsewhere.
Yeah. So what I've played so far, I'm playing Knack 1 right now. I haven't finished it yet. It's pretty bland, but from what I played, playing Knack 2 the demo, which I'm still waiting for my copy to get. I don't know what's taking Amazon so long, but I think I would like it a lot better. Usually, like the second game out of series, usually the second game is usually the best one. So I'm hoping that this will be it.
so you're saying God of War 2 is better than God of War 3? No.
Okay, I said usually. That's why I didn't say all. I said usually.
I mean, Jack 2. Yeah.
Like
Jack
Uncharted
2
was better than Uncharted 1.
That's also true for well, honestly, with Mass Effect, I think the second one was the only good one.
I mean, Halo 2 was the best.
Yeah, that ending was kind of trash, but
But still, it's the best. Like I said, usually the second one they learn from their mistakes from the first one. First one is like a beta, and they just learn from their mistakes, make a number 2, and then the third one is just like, all right, we don't have anything else to improve, so let's just put something out.
do you truly believe that?
I really
That's-
do.
Let's just give these fucking weebs what they want.
Yeah,
They're gonna play it anywhere. They're gonna give us their money regardless.
exactly. Because number 2 is so good, they want to buy number 3.
You're a sack of shit. Give me your fucking money. I hope you never become a game developer. Give us your money, you sack of shit. You're gonna play it anyway.
Man, there'd be so many there'll be so many freaking microtransactions.
Your fucking money, you fucking sheeple.
Like I would put out a game every year with microtransactions.
Wow.
And the microtransactions will get you stuff from the first game. It's like, hey, you wanna be the same character you were last game?
Yep,
$50. Go.
God damn. That is that game, the story would have to be so intricate that you would want to carry your dude over. Because if you have to pay like, hey, it's $9.99 to bring your dude over from part 1. But I'm telling you, the story is completely different if you bring the character over by just creating a new one. It would have to be like some crazy shit. That game would have to have like 200 hours of just like content and like all types of shit for people to be like throwing money down on shit like that, man.
And then like troll them, like when they bring their new character over, you just shrink them like into a midget, and all of their stats are halved. It was like, well, the story's different though. You have to understand the story's different.
Actually, you know what, that would be the ultimate troll. It's be like your character's a super badass at the end, right? And then be like, yeah, you can bring your character over into the new game. They'll get new powers and stuff like that. Just hype it up. And then when people pay for it and bring their character over, the story actually strips them of all their powers anyway, so they're going to get new shit regardless. but none of the old shit actually.
Christ. So...
This fucking Metroid the fuck out of them. Take that, bitch. Take that.
Hey, you know what? I kind of feel like that with Destiny 2 because they strip all your powers. Spoiler alert, but I mean, I think everyone knows that if they played the demo. But no one played the demo.
Thanks for ruining Destiny 2 for me, you asshole.
Well, yeah, the demo. Wow. Well, you should have played the demo. The shit was free.
I wasn't gonna play it, dude. I'm not gonna play Destiny 2.
All right, but for spoiler alert, all right. That's one spoiler I put up. I'm sorry. But yeah, I kind of feel like
they're not spoiling Game of Thrones, asshole.
I know, I'm not doing that. But I kind of feel like they just made a number 2 just because they said it was a 10-year investment. So they just had to do a Destiny 2. They could have added on like 2 Destiny 1. But
would you call it Destiny 2 or Destiny 2.5? I mean 1.5.
Pretty much. It really is. It really is. But they just had to make it slightly different. But it's pretty much Destiny 1.5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all the improvements I'd say are worth like dropping money on, but it is pretty much 1.5. I mean, like, so I would say it's 2 in the sense that all new environments, new places to explore, like all that shit. But in terms of like the gameplay style, your move sets, like the different character classes, like all that kind of stuff, most of that is just like tweaks. It's not actual real changes. So yeah, it's pretty much 1.5 and everything other than the environments, I think.
Yeah. So I do want to put this out. If you do start Destiny 2, and you've played Destiny 1, I would suggest you, when you first started up the campaign, to go ahead and do screenshots. That's what I ended up doing. It shows your progress, like through some of the missions you did in Destiny 1. And
your achievements through it. Yeah, that shit was... It was like they said it was like a tribute to the players that played through Destiny 1. It's like, hey, the story, like, you went and did this with these people. They were your friends, like, you were playing with. And, like, that shit was fucking dope. I'm like, yo, man, I'm getting fucking pumped. It's about to be live.
Yeah, I got kind of emotional. I'm like, damn, some of the guys that's not even in Japan anymore. I did. I was like, man, that was the homie, man. Like, man, I did this in 2016. That's the homie.
I remember, like, doing, like, some raids and stuff with certain friends. And then, like, there are people like I don't even really talk to that much anymore or play with. I'm like, yo, man, it just like brings back like the good old times.
Yeah.
You know? And that's when I got pumped. I'm like, all right, definitely gonna make this shit like worthwhile. as far as like the storyline is concerned, like I don't mind like just running through that by myself for the most part. But like all of the extra content, I'm gonna do the same thing I did, have a bunch of friends and just making shit happen. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
All right, so Call of Duty, that was another beta that came out. I have now changed my mind. I'm not buying that game.
Modern Warfare. I mean, Call of Duty.
World War Two.
World War Two.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
I
not.
enjoyed the beta.
I did
I
not
mean,
like that beta.
the beta made you change your mind.
So what?
Beta made you change your mind.
Yeah, it did. Because this thing I hate about Call of Duty. Call of Duty has pretty much made it where everyone has to pretty much fight the same, and it's no longer about like trying to outsmart your opponent. It's all about who has the faster trigger. That's all it is now.
Mm.
Yeah, I feel like Call of Duty stopped being about like actual tactical, like
Yeah.
skills, and more about your ability to twitch shoot if you have the correct weapon set up for you to effectively like control the map, and then knowing where the spawn points are at. And that was the first thing that I noticed when I started playing the beta was like, yo, I spawn in the most random fucking places. Like, I just have to know, like, all right, if I spawn here, there's more than likely going to be enemies here based off of where my friends are, blah, blah, blah. So that's how I started thinking. Because at first I was doing, like, pretty shit. But after, like, I played pretty much all the maps in the beta, and then, like, for a couple matches, and then, like, I changed my mindset, I was just raping people in that game. And
Don't use that term, Kyle.
It just became, huh?
Don't use that term.
Okay. What do you want me to say? Like, I was just giving it to you.
Murking.
Owning?
Murking.
Murking.
Yeah. Use that.
Owning?
Yeah,
I owned him. Pawned.
I don't know.
Pawned.
I'm uncomfortable with owning people. That's
Wow.
It was a slavery joke.
Literally from the one white dude in the room. There it is. We should all feel ashamed of ourselves.
I don't.
But yeah, no.
That's a nice one. Good one.
But yeah, no, man, like, I don't know, like, after doing all that, like, I realized, man, I could have a lot of fun with this game, knowing all the maps where things gonna be at, like, leveling up, getting certain unlocks and shit. I like the setting a lot more than any of the other ones. Like, it's a return to, like, form for me in that regard, but it still plays like all of these modern Call of Duty games. It's just, they restrict your ability to run on walls and shit like that. Like, that's really, like, the biggest difference. The setting really helped me play through the beta for like multiple hours, but after like I realized I'm literally just running around killing shit over and over and over, doing the same shit I was doing before.
Another one.
Like it just, yeah.
another one.
I kind of was like, yeah, I can't do that. I can't really support this anymore. Like it's not that it's bad. It's just, I know that it's just a time sink. Like the satisfaction I'm gonna get from getting the kills and being at the top of the leaderboard, like that'll be cool and all, but I'm not actually going to be accomplishing anything or getting any further. You know what I mean? Like in my gaming capabilities.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say that it's not a terrible game. It's not the worst Call of Duty out there, but it just feels like more of the same. I thought when they was going to change the World War II, it'd be a little bit different, but it's pretty much the same. And they kind of took some things from Battlefield 1 that I was actually surprised about. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, so like in the operations mode or whatever it was called, where like you travel across the map and like you have to hold certain objectives and do stuff like that. Yo, that was the mode that I played the most. Like I put the most time into that. Simply because it was dynamic. Like it just depended on how your players was playing, depended on the ability of the enemy, like, you know what I mean? And the spawning was a lot more legit in that operations mode. It felt more tactical. Like, okay, you know, there's a machine gunner's nest. We know they got snipers, so we need like counter snipers to counter them. So we can get in the machine gun nest to like hold down the bridge type shit. Like it actually felt like there was like a dynamic there. and like people were realizing like, holy shit, like we keep dying over here at this machine gunner's nest. We need to snipe. So then like 3 people have switched to snipers, like without communicating, just because like you had to start changing your thought process on how you play the game. And it really worked out pretty well. I was really impressed by that. Not only just the community, but the fact that it actually worked in the game.
Mm.
But majority of people is just gonna do that standard Call of Duty, spawn behind the enemy and get like
360 no
kills,
scope.
and then fucking it's just If they focused more on like how the operations go, had more of that gameplay, and then had like the rest of it just as like a thing on the side, then I'd be straight with that. Because the Twitch shooting and shit like that, like it is what it is, but it can still be made fun and tactical and strategic if you know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they figured it out kind of, but it's definitely not the main focus of the game. And I'm definitely not going to drop $60 plus to continue with the franchise. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, you've grown up. It's about time. You guys have finally realized it's been the same game pretty much since Modern Warfare 2. It really hasn't changed at all. It's just a matter of time until you guys just realize that you can only do it for so long before eventually you get bored. You just can't do it anymore. So I'm proud of you guys.
I definitely realized it at Black Ops 1. I played through that. I was like, yo, this is getting tiring. But the story was interesting, which is why I continued to play it. And then Modern Warfare 3 came out, and I played over like with some friends and shit. I'm like, wow, this multiplayer is really lame, but maybe the story's good. Picked it up. I was like, nope, that was a mistake.
No, the story's no.
Yeah. That was just shit. Black Ops 2 story was okay, and the multiplayer was okay. And then Black Ops 3 story was good, and the multiplayer was okay. Ghost was just straight fucking trash.
Like but it had ghosts in it.
So the entire reason I played Black Ops 1 was because of Dead Ops Arcade. Like,
and I was gonna say like it's little stuff like that like made it like feel different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, at the time, but then like afterwards, like there really wasn't anything. They haven't really innovated. Like there's been nothing there for me or a reason to come back other than like zombies, which is.
When are they gonna hide another twin stick shooter in a Call of Duty game? Come on.
Yeah, or anything else like along those lines.
Man,
just anything.
I think they should return to the modern days, man. Like that was the most fun I had.
With like realistic, or not realistic, but like current warfare capabilities, not like some futuristic shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Even if they did, it would matter. I really don't think so.
I mean, if they come up with something similar to Modern Warfare, I think they would be good.
I don't think it'd change anything. It'd still be the same game.
No, because when you play Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3, or even like some aspect of Black Ops, everyone's not playing the same, so you can have different play styles with those games.
You could have a different play style with Advanced Warfighter, but that wasn't good, was it now? No, it wasn't. Because I think that your guys' problem with Call of Duty at this point is the same one that everyone reaches. And that is, the game itself is not a bad game. It's just not something after you can do, or it's not something you can do for your entire life. It eventually dies out. And when it dies out for you, just leave it to be dead. There's really no saving it in your mind or in people's minds.
No, when they came
other
out
people
Black
keep
Ops
playing
3, I like Black Ops 3 though, and that was still the jump. Black Ops 3 is actually pretty good.
That's because you haven't gotten to that point. I'm trying to tell you that after a certain point, you just you don't want to play them anymore.
I get what you said, because I'm like that with Madden and 2K now.
Yeah,
I get your point.
They're not bad games in any way, shape, or form. It's
Madden
just
is pretty bad.
Damn. Okay. Well then, I am sorry.
I support this message.
Lowered expectations.
But it's so bad that I'm gonna buy it as soon as I get back to the
Oh,
States.
you're a whore. That's horrible.
It's because of money. I play competitively when it comes to Madden. I can't do it overseas.
Lay your body down. Ooh,
But I get what you say. I understand. You're right for the most part.
Yay!
All right. So let's talk about this now. Orc Slayer. Ooh. Jesus.
Oh my god.
So if anybody wasn't here 2 episodes ago, there was a challenge that not Lewis, but Chris had put out, saying that we have to play Orc Slayer. I'm gonna go ahead and get this out the way. That game was shit. I hate you for ruining my life because I just wasted some hours in that terrible game. And
yeah.
Yeah, that game sucks.
Like, I truly tried to give it the benefit of the doubt, but I got to the 3rd level and couldn't get past it because there were like 2 orcs on a bridge and I was aiming directly at them, but nothing was hitting them and they just kept killing me. And I was like, what is going on here?
Did they have poison?
I don't know what was going on.
All I'm gonna say is I tried to warn you when I was finding, like, you wanted me to find some games that were like kind of like bad and this and that, and I was like, okay, well, let's go for some that's, you know, like a little cheaper and this and that. And I think I gave like 3 different options for ones we could play, and you were like, nah. Orc Slayer. And I was like,
that sounds like it's gonna be great.
I was just like,
yeah.
It's just extremely underappreciated, is extremely underrated. No, it's just bad. Whoever made that game should be put to the fucking firing squad. Like, holy shit.
Best part is they've got a couple games. Like, I looked at the company that made it. They've got a couple games on the PlayStation Store. Like, Orc Slayer is not the only one that they've done and just put out. So
is it another bad game?
Yeah. I could load up and find a couple other terrible ones.
But I'm saying, you said it's the same company. The other game did they make, was it terrible?
Yes.
So should they just give up by now?
I think they made one that was like you were like a piece of broccoli or an onion trying to do stuff. Like you were Ninja Broccoli. Give me a second. Let me look this up.
What the?
Ninja Broccoli, shut up.
I like that when you Google search Orc Slayer, you get the first thing they ask is, "Oh, do you want the trophy guide for this?"
No.
That's just what's assumed. They're just like, "Oh no, you just want trophies. You don't want anything else." Blah blah blah. They just are like, "Oh, that's it." Okay.
No, that's the first game in a while that I just had to play mouse and keyboard. I could not play that with a controller.
Yeah, but even then, your aim is terrible. You never actually hit where you're shooting.
Yeah, I was aiming, and then it's like it was like there was like a once you aim it, it was so sensitive. You would like kind of do like a 25-degree shot.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was so terrible. And I was like, you know what? I hate mouse and keyboard, but this game, I'm sorry, I'm just going to have to just suck it up and play with it.
And it was still awful.
Yeah, it was.
Fucking horrendous.
Like there was pigs, exploding pigs. I'm like, what?
Yeah, dude, that shit.
Oh yeah, the exploding pigs come out of nowhere.
Yeah,
like
it made no sense.
I'm just minding my own business or whatever, and they're not like they just come from behind you, boom, boom, and I'm like, what the fuck? This game is terrible.
Then you shoot a chicken in the face. It just keep walking towards you. I'm like, what?
Oh, and it still got the arrow in its face.
Yeah,
doing it.
Yeah.
The game
That
was
shit was like so much hot garbage, bro. Dude, so I got past that part with the trolls on the bridge, right? Like I killed them. I was like, all right, I thought they were like a boss or something. I'm like, oh, shit's getting serious. No, not really, but still. So I kill those dudes. I'm like, all right, next area. All right, before I walk into this area, let me, like snipe, take out some people because I know a lot of them's gonna spawn. And then out of nowhere, like 8 of them shit spawned right behind me. I'm
the
just like, what
pigs.
the fuck? No, 8 orcs out of nowhere just spawned right behind me. So I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
wait, like what the fuck? Like I thought that they would all spawn in the next area. I figured it was a simple game, but no, I guess that's the difficulty curve. Guess what? You don't know where these fuckers are gonna spawn. Get fucked,
There is
bitch.
no difficulty curve. It's not even hard because it's like great design. The orcs just kind of pop up. It was like, hey, sup, dog? You trying to die? I'm like, I mean, no, not really, but I guess you're gonna just kill me anyway.
Yeah, that game, man, dude, that shit was just straight up just bad. It was I couldn't keep playing it after a while.
Well,
I was like,
What
yeah, you
level
know
did
what? I was
everybody
gonna
get
try
to?
and go through and beat it because I heard there's only like a couple hours or some shit. Like you could run through it. I was like, nah, that's too painful, man. It's way too painful.
Yeah. What was the highest level you guys got to?
I don't even know. I turned that shit off after a while. I honestly, I do not know. I died. I think once I died, and then I tried to play it again. I was like, oh, let me do it. Now I just turned it. I was like, know what? I just turned it off. I have no idea what level.
I got to level 3 and I could not go any further. I was just like, I am not doing this anymore. And I can't believe I'm still allowing it to take up space on my hard drive.
Oh yeah,
but
no, I got rid of that. Like I remember at one point I was like, yeah, I'm gonna give it another shot, and
yeah,
I came home and I looked at it and I had it highlighted and I was like,
delete.
you know what? No, I'm gonna go back and play some more Yakuza. Fuck this game. So
All right, so let's never do that shit again.
Oh no, we're doing another bad game.
All right, give me like a year to recover.
yeah, that's fine. It's okay, man. We're all gonna be playing Ride to Hell.
Oh
It'll be
god.
fine. We're all gonna play that.
Nah, man.
Is that on PS4 now? They ported that?
Oh my god, yeah.
I
don't
assumed
wanna
we
play
were
that
all
game
just
at
gonna
all.
play it on PC.
Oh, I was gonna say they fucking ported that. That's impressive.
Oh man! Actually, what's more impressive is the fact that there's DLC for that game.
You want to look cooler while you dry hump these chicks?
No, it's like extra story and shit. It's like actual legit more game. So
What poor bastard invested in the season pass for that game?
I don't even know. I don't even know.
They saw the premise of the game and they was like, "Oh my god, this is going to be phenomenal! I have to get it. Season pass, $99 right now. I don't care. Anybody tells me this game is going to be awful, I'm cutting them off."
Damn.
And then they ended up with no friends.
Jesus.
All right.
Ooh, Philly cheesesteak
Yeah.
egg roll.
So, whoever wants to take the next one, we can talk about that next episode. The next terrible game.
Okay, yeah, somebody can pick an awful game.
All right. So,
Let's do Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. I'm kidding. It's not that bad.
Yeah, definitely not that bad.
Yeah.
All right.
I heard their ports to the current gen systems aren't too good, but I remember when they first came out, they were fun.
I remember I haven't beaten the second one, but I remember the first one being a lot more fun than the second one actually. What one game we all should play is Next Machina. It's not a bad game. It's extremely hard though. It's like a twin stick bullet hell shooter. It's like $20. I already own it though. It's
$20. Mm.
it's like there's no story and whatever, but it's like it's just super fun, you know?
Mm, we'll see.
Have you guys like heard of it?
No.
Nope.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but
You guys remember the game Ray Storm?
Excuse me?
Do you remember the game Ray Storm for the PS1?
No.
Rainstorm?
Ray Storm, yeah.
no.
Oh wow.
Is
I
that kind of like a race war?
no Ray
Oh.
Storm. What the no? What the? Never mind. I just know or just remember when I cracked my PlayStation Portable, I downloaded the ROM of that shit. Oh my god, I lost so many hours to playing that game, and it was frustrating. It's a 2D or like top down shooter. Like
Mhm.
and it's just like there are points where I'm just like, this is annoying. It's one of those games where it's like you can't die, even though you have lives, but you can't die in like the first 5 levels. Yeah, it got to that point. I highly recommend it. It's really good.
Oh, this game's awful. You should play it.
Exactly. You're frustrated, but the thing is,
You love hating your life? Stop playing Dark Souls for a second and play a terrible game.
I love hating my life. Get it right.
You know what we
So much
should
fun.
do? We should find a game that we can all play multiplayer together, and then
Oh
just
my
play
God.
that shit.
Lego Ninjago. Let's do it.
No.
Nah.
Yeah, we should get a streaming party. I agree with that. It just I don't know how many. It's not many games that we can do that though.
Let's
I mean,
do
I-
NBA 2K18.
Hell no.
I don't think nobody want that word.
Nope.
Nah. Boys.
Yeah,
You
no,
don't
no,
want
I'm
that
not
word.
interested.
I am gonna get NBA 2K18 though. I am jumping back
Well,
into that.
I guess for what console or what system are
I
we
mean,
talking?
we all got PCs, right, or
Yeah.
laptops.
We all
Well,
got PCs and
other than
We all have
Well, do you guys-
PS4s. We all have.
PC. Does
I
everybody
was gonna
have
say we can't do
Switch?
Alien Swarm.
Does everybody got
That's
a
always
Switch?
fun.
I don't
No,
have a
Alien
Switch.
Swarm, actually.
Yeah.
Who
It's
you
free
said
on,
you don't have a Switch?
no,
I
I didn't buy one yet.
Okay.
It's free on Steam right now. I was playing a little bit of it today since they came out with more.
game?
And Alien Swarm. Oh my god! Let's just say there's friendly fire, and then there are other points when you just get swarmed. It's bad,
Oh,
but it's not.
it's-
It's a pretty fun
They
game.
have Red Faction 2 on PS4 right now.
They really do.
Oh, Red Faction was one of my favorite game series.
Oh,
Get to next time. We don't got too many left.
Okay.
So Capcom just announced their games lineup for TGS. The games that all the games I'm announced are going to be playable, except for one of them is just going to be a stage. So the playables are Dead Rising 4, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Wait, don't they already have Dead Rising 4 out?
Not for the PS4 yet.
Oh, okay.
That's coming up. So they're going to have it just for the PS4 at TGS.
Got you.
Monster Hunter Stories.
no.
That's going to be for the 3DS.
Okay. Whew.
Monster Hunter World.
No.
Yeah, that's going to be for PS4.
Yes. That's the
Jesus.
one thing I want.
And then they're gonna have 2 games for the Switch with Resident Evil Revelations and the same thing for the second one, Revelations 2. And then the one they're gonna show on stage is Resident Evil 7, which I don't understand why they're just showing on stage. But that'd be a good time to like get people in the VR. I'm confused with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Capcom. As more announcements come, I try to keep everyone update what's going on. Because TGS is coming soon.
Yep.
And I'm not gonna be there for it.
Yeah,
Get fucked.
Neither am I.
Alright. So LA Nord,
I'm probably
you
gonna
guys
be
hear
too
about
busy
LA Nord?
loathing myself. Don't worry, I won't be there.
You said what?
I'll be too busy loathing myself. Don't worry, I won't be there.
So LA Nord remaster's been announced.
What?
LA Noire?
LA Noir.
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 New Ray? Where the fuck? Where do you get New Ray from?
Well, I didn't. He said it like I didn't say it right. So I was like, all right, maybe I didn't say it right. Fuck.
How dare you?
Hey, don't judge me. You know what I'm talking about. But that's coming out.
Liza and a Bonton Relay.
So is anybody getting that? It's just a
Nope.
remaster. I have it on PC. I still never beaten it.
Yeah, I beat it on console, and then I bought it for PC. It was like, oh man, the upgraded graphics, and then I remembered how painful it was to deal with some of that stuff, and I was like, oh wait, yeah, never mind. I think it's good if you haven't played it. It is worth trying, playing through the whole thing once, maybe twice if you like made some really messed up decisions along the way, and you're trying to do like a perfect game or something. But like, yeah, I don't think that it's necessary to buy it again if you've already bought it once and or beat it once.
So people keep telling me that the PC version is kind of broken, so I kind of want to try it again on a console. I didn't want to go back and play it on PS3 or at 360, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and buy it. It's coming on Switch also, so I'm kind of not sure where I want to, because that would be a game I would play like during lunch. And
It's a good story.
yeah, so I think I'm gonna wait to see like if it runs pretty well on Switch before I buy it for Switch. If not, then I'm probably PlayStation.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
And you guys hear about Witcher 3 getting a 4K update for Pro?
Wow.
Oh wow, really?
Yep. So it's supposed to come in a few days. They said a few days, so that should be anytime soon. We don't know what day. Xbox One X should be by the end of the year.
Makes sense.
Okay.
But that's good. I wish GTA would do that. I would be happy, but Rockstar said they don't care. They make it enough money.
Yeah.
They're working on what, Red Dead? So.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I got dough. I'm not broke. I bought donuts with the car like an hour ago. We good.
Man, that was a great story.
Am I getting any of these donuts? I better be getting some of these fucking donuts.
Hashtag Lil Dicky.
Alright. So, anybody got any more topics before we get to our last two topics?
Nope.
Hold on, I brought up a couple. How do you guys feel about like nudity in video games and stuff? Because there's a couple things that's going on right now.
I don't.
What's going on? I didn't even.
Kids are gonna see tits regardless.
So you know how like Final Fantasy 15 is gonna be moddable on the PC version when it comes out. It's gonna have Steam Workshop support.
Okay.
Right. So like they're the people that basically made the game, whatever, not the owners or whatever, not they have a concern that it's going to be a little too lewd. People are going to make obviously all the like really bad mods that you see with like Witcher and everything else. You know what I mean? And they don't want their game to be viewed like that, especially considering it's just going to be on the internet. People are just going to post videos of, hey, look at my nude, you know, whatever, and you know this and that.
Look at my Noctis with tits.
I mean, they did that with Conan. He had a penis.
I mean, yeah.
There
so
was
like
a penis slider, first of all.
That was hilarious.
Don't get that twisted. There's a whole slider for the penis.
God damn.
Because when I want when I make a barbarian, I want to make sure his third leg is heavy enough to squat somebody.
So he can club someone to death with it.
Essentially, getting back on topic here. Like, no,
we're
like
definitely on topic.
Wow. So
No,
like, there's a lot of. Oh, what's up?
Yeah, I was just gonna say I kind of understand where like because Square Enix and they understand that America is not as open to some stuff, and so they don't want to like potentially like squash some of the image and everything that they've created, and also with the characters. But
why is America so like weird with sex? Because there are kids out here losing their virginity at like 13 or whatever, and sex is all over the TV. But oh my god, digital tits? What the fuck?
Can I fucking finish? Thanks.
Damn, Daniel.
So where I was going is they have to understand the minute they open this stuff up for mods, there's going to be that small section that's going to do that and make those mods like that. And it's all going to be whether people decide to download it or not. And so the only people who are going to decide to download that are the people who decide to seek that out and decide to like over sexualize any of the characters in the game in the first place. So I don't think those nude mods or anything like that are really going to have that big of an issue, because you're going to have other people that are going to be using these mods or creating mods that are going to create better experiences, or like maybe fix and create better patches for the game and stuff like that. So the overall modding community is going to be great for it. And the the one that likes making tits and dicks and stuff can still exist, and I don't think they'll be as big as some people might think.
Oh, they're gonna be huge.
See, the thing is, I think Japan
I'll
understands that relatively well when the majority of their stuff ends up. I mean, what is it, Rule 34?
Yeah.
They're very well versed in that one. However, I think that, like Bull said, they just don't necessarily want to destroy a market, and that is pretty much all the Americans or the USA with all of our.
So, I think the way that it would go down is if for some reason it decided to become like a news story. They would say a modder decided to do this to this game that is very popular, sort of thing like that. It would not go and say that the company did that. So,
well, people would just want to find something to blame. They'd blame the company outright
for allowing modding support, and it's like, well, you knew this was going to happen. Don't be mad about it. Don't restrict the players. Like, it'll turn into all types of nonsense for no reason. Even though
then that would turn into another one of those where gamers go against media and that sort of stuff, which just makes it so that the fans of the game get more entrenched. So I don't exactly seeing that as a very terrible thing for.
But it is for their bottom line, their wallet.
Yeah, because I mean,
I can tell you right now, more people are going to go out and try and buy the game the minute a new.
Oh no! Do you remember what happened with the hot coffee mod?
Yeah, more and more people.
Yeah,
dude, I had to take that game off of the shelf.
Yeah, the original ones became coveted.
Yeah,
because of that mod, and only because of that mod. But beforehand, don't get me wrong, San Andreas is a fun game, and people bought it. But when they said it, when you do that, it's fucking done.
But we started having people come into the store looking for the old edition and shit. It was crazy.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, I mean, like, I don't think it's bad that they're making it, moddable. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a little bit of backlash. People are going to make that stuff, put it out there no matter what happens. It's just the way it is. It's just a matter of how we as a community handle it and how the developer responds. Japanese types can be like prudes in some areas. They can be very restrictive and like, quick to be like, up damage control. Let's shut this down. Let's revamp this. Let's, because image is a very big thing to Japanese people in general, if y'all haven't noticed. So, yeah, I don't know I don't know how that would all play out overall, but I think that if it does, if they do allow it, like whatever's going to happen is going to happen. It'll make all of us stronger in the end because we'll realize either this is going to happen in the future, like we'll figure it out, or that kind of content's just not going to be available for some games because we fuck shit up or the media, blows it out of proportion and it's out of our control type shit,
Mm.
We'll see what happens. But all right, I got two more. So PUBG wants to apparently mirror Destiny's aim assist if they do cross-platform support. So we're talking between PC and consoles, adding aim assist. That's very similar to what Destiny 2's got.
So a lot of PC players were complaining about this too. If you play Destiny with a controller, the aim assist kind of locks on to like all headshots. So you're kind of it doesn't it's not like auto aim, but as soon as you get anywhere close to like someone's head, it actually just like locks on to it. So you kind of at an advantage with a controller. I think some people were complaining that somebody's going to try to like use that to their advantage with a mouse and keyboard, because as you can change your controller into mirror. Well, you can mirror your keyboard and mouse to mirror a controller. So a lot of people were complaining that PC players who play with mouse keyboard could take advantage of that. And some people were saying why don't you just like block all third party apps? But the problem with that is if you do that, then you have to stop like OBS, you have to stop shadow play, Elgato if you use that for PC. I mean, there's a lot of things that you have to stop. So there's really no way around it on PC.
Yeah, I think that's like the biggest issue. And to be honest, like me personally, I don't really mind it just being PC versus PC, console versus console.
Yeah.
As long as like that doesn't fuck the dynamic of the gameplay up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But I
like
think
there's already issues with like hit detection and stuff, sometimes lag, and like I definitely don't need to just like walk around a corner and instantly, get headshotted by some dude with a controller on console because like lag didn't see him or something, but you know what I'm saying? And it just happened to just work out. Like, I don't know. I don't want that to fuck the game up. It's already got enough issues.
But I think the reason why Pub is doing this is because I don't think they have faith that Xbox users are going to be around for a while. So when the servers do start to die down, get smaller on Xbox, they just had it just for Xbox, it'd be hard to get in games. So I think this is a good way because PC players are going to be playing this for years. This is just one of those games that I think is going to survive for a lot of years. It might even be on the level of CSGO eventually once they fix a lot of the issues.
Yeah.
You mean when they actually release the game? Because I think it's still in development.
Early access.
Yeah. Because they even talking about doing the esports thing. I think this would be a good esports game.
Definitely.
So yeah, I think that's the reason why they're doing it.
I got news.
Makes sense. All right.
Cool.
So real quick, just want to throw this out there before I go to the last deal. There's a fan remake of Tomb Raider 2 and Unreal 4, right?
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was pretty good.
It looks dope as fuck. And Tomb Raider 2 is probably like my favorite Tomb Raider out of all of them, like by far. So I would definitely like to see a full.
Tomb Raider 2 was, to me, my best one. With through that, not my sister before the reboot. But Tomb Raider 1 is the one I put the most hours in, just because I had it. It came with my PlayStation. But yeah, Tomb Raider 2 is definitely, man, that was a great game. And let me see if I can find that remake. Put on the...
Yeah, I was just trying to throw like the plug out there real quick for any of those that are interested.
Yeah,
really, I'm the plug.
Good shit. But yeah, there's a demo out there that's got like an hour's worth of content or something. If you want to play it, it looks really good. and it's pretty much like the first cave, like on like the Great Wall mission, like that area. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in checking that out. I'll probably try that later on this week. But
Did she still have the ridiculous jumping animations in it and whatnot?
From what I saw, no, but I didn't watch the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so some people was doing like 4-hour streams, so I didn't watch all of it, but it does look pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see you guys the link in the chat if you guys want to check it out.
Yeah, I say ain't no harm in it. It's free.
No.
But all right. So the biggest and most important topic, and I know you're gonna love this one, Tony, is Blizzard is opening its own esports arena in LA. Yep. So they announced that they're going to have their own esports arena in Los Angeles next month. So the first event and ground opening takes place on October 7th and is going to focus on, you guessed it, Overwatch. So for all of those that are interested in that, I'm pretty sure there's going to be all types of streams and things. Definitely make sure you plug into that one. It's going to be a good one. All right, yeah, now that's all I got.
Okay.
Yeah, Tony's
I was falling asleep
all over
when you started talking about Blizzard.
Be all over that Overwatch.
If I want to go to sleep, I just watch stream. I got it.
Oh God.
Alright. Anybody else got anything?
Oh, man.
Alright, so if you guys know, the last topic is going to be the games you've beaten so far. So I'm going to talk about this other topic first before we hop into that. Just so you got, if you didn't know, that was today. But next topic is South Park: The Fractured Butthole, and I already seen some people are getting very triggered on what's happening now. If you don't know what's going on, Eurogamer did a video. They're streaming the game and they're playing a demo for South Park: The Fractured Butthole. At the beginning, hold on.
Yeah. So that transits
Let me put this on real quick before we move on.
Yeah, when you're creating the character.
Yeah, so when you're creating the character, when you choose the difficulty, it goes from white being easy all the way to dark skin black.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest. I thought this was like hilarious when I actually heard what happens, because like you can wait on this screen.
Yeah.
And Cartman will be like, "Oh, this won't actually affect the game difficulty, just everything else in your life."
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit.
So Eurogamer did. They asked one of the developers. It's like, hey, so what does this difficulty do? And he told him, he's like, hey, it has nothing to do with the difficulty, but what it does do, like, it changes the dialogue while you're playing the game. So each color of skin that you choose when you playing the game, it will be a different dialect, different choices or whatnot while you're playing the game.
Or like characters will just talk to you different. That's cool.
Yeah, it will. So I was like, yeah, that was pretty funny to me. I showed this to a couple people while I was in class. Some of them they didn't find it hilarious, but I just thought it was pretty funny. I think all the black people laughed. There was a couple white people that was like, that's stupid. And I was like, man, it's just a joke. Whether you believe it or not.
Hashtag white guilt.
Yeah, man.
I just thought this was the South Park creators making another jab at stuff, and I'm like, that's so good.
Yeah,
it's so good.
That's all I saw,
but it's kind of sad at the same time because it's kind of true.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like you said, it doesn't make the game difficult. It just affects every other part of your life.
Yeah.
So you get,
Like-
and the only thing that means in game is like you get less money and people treat you differently. But like you can be transgendered or cisgender and everything in there as well. So
Yep, and you'll
people are
be
treat you differently for that as well.
So the same guy did the video with that too, where he was in class with Mr. Mackey, right? That's what his name is. Yeah. So he's in class with the person. They decide to have the guy give his gender out. He looks like a female. I mean, he looks like a male, but it's like, oh, you know what? Let's just say he's a girl. Just see what happens. So Mr. Mackey calls the parents like, hey, your child is pretty much saying they're a girl, but they look like a male. Are you sure that's what they are? It's like, yeah, it's a girl. And he's like, okay. Then goes on. There's like, so since you're a girl, but you said you're a boy, and they bring up the Stick of Truth. That's like, hey, your character was a boy in Stick of Truth. So I'm not sure if that carries over from the first game to this game. I'm not sure how that happens, but it's like, are you sure you're not?
Well, the only option in Stick of Truth was to be a guy. So,
it was.
regardless, that stands true.
Okay, all right. So then I guess if you choose a girl, then those questions will come up because they didn't ask, "Are you a transgender?" And then they called the parents again.
Yeah, you can do like other or something like that, and that's hilarious. Mr. Mackey know what to do.
So it's pretty fun. It just this is what South Park thrives on is controversy. Like they love it when there's controversy with it, and I have no problem. I like it when they push everything to the edge and people get butt hurt about things. It's just a fun way of how the world is going on. Just a fun way of doing it, of like talking about it. Anybody else got anything?
No, not
I'm kind of
really.
with you. I think it's hilarious. So
Yeah.
Yo, I hope the fact that people getting uncomfortable about it, I hope that they actually like take a look at it and think, the only way that people could come up with this kind of stuff because there was some kind of truth to it. I just really hope that people actually understand that while they're having fun. Yeah, it's meant to be a joke and stuff, but like, yeah, hey man, like you wouldn't be able to make fun of it if it wasn't true. Or so they say.
I mean, the same people, when I showed them the same video about them talking about the priest, they thought that was hilarious. I was like, oh, so they're making jabs at priests is okay, but them talking about black and white is not okay. I'm like, can't have it both. I mean, it's all fun, and they just making fun of real world things that's going on.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna lie. Like I thought that they was gonna have like the gingers be ray or a skin tone or whatever. Now they be the hardest because they was ragging on them hardcore for the longest. Like Token, I mean, yeah, you know, I get it. You know, he's the one token black kid, but like the gingers, they just treated like shit.
Yeah,
they have souls, man.
Jesus.
You know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought it was gonna be way worse, but I guess not.
Nah, it's all good.
So, last topic is games you've beaten so far. So I decided to make this list because I was going through just seeing what I've beaten for the year, and I'm actually kind of happy about myself that I actually focus on one game at a time for the most part. So I wanted to go ahead and see what everyone's list is, what they got. We'll be doing this again at the beginning of next year for things we beaten in 2017. But I just want to see what games have everyone beaten so far.
Other than like shit, fuck, damn.
You didn't get your list together, did you?
I do have it, but it's on my actual computer, not my laptop. I forgot this was a thing. So yeah.
So
Well,
I can do it.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Persona 5, Neo, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, Shadow Warrior 2, Tekken 7, uh, Forza Horizon 3.
Okay. All right. Anybody else got their list?
Oh, Horizon Zero Dawn.
All right.
Yeah, I was about
Oh, Kingdom
So-
Hearts 2.5.
Oh, that is true.
Nier
So
Automata.
You've been putting in some work, man. Proud of you.
Hey, when did
Oh,
Ratchet
yeah.
and Clank come out?
Oh, and I'm working on Undertale right now.
When was Ratchet and Clank? Was that last year? That's on
Yeah, I think that was last year.
Okay, I couldn't remember that one.
well, you
I was
played
gonna
it
be
this
like,
year, then.
if you played it and beat it this year, it still counts for you for
Yeah,
this
it
year.
does, but I just can't remember.
Like, what was it?
That's fine.
Honestly, I don't keep track of ones that I beat in a year. I just kind of was like, oh yeah, I finished this. Nier Automata is the one that like really sticks out to me the most because I obsessed over that one. And Zelda, of course. Like those were the two really huge ones for me. So.
All right, Michael, you got your list?
It's really tiny because I play more multiplayer games than I do actual story games. But
So let me go ahead and put that out. If you play, I say over 30 hours into a multiplayer game, then you can add that to your list. I go ahead and put that.
yeah,
I know some
okay.
people play mostly multiplayer games.
Yeah,
man.
let me look at my stuff again.
Oh, and
Okay.
Fire Emblem Fates Birthright.
Congrats. So, definitely PUBG. I put a lot of hours into that. Kingdom Hearts 2.8. Actually, Dark Souls 3's DLC, The Ring City. And I think there was one more, but I totally don't remember what it was. Oh, yeah. I actually beat Project Diva X. I actually did beat it.
Excuse me? What is that?
Don't fucking worry about it, okay?
Why, dude?
I don't. I hope you know I bought that twice. I bought it on the Vita and then I bought it for PS4.
Oh, wow, you bought it twice.
Yep. Well, one was in Japanese, one was in English. And the one in English is the one that I actually beat. So I'm just like, it's done. I'm not going back to it.
Was that a bet, or you just decided you wanted to do that?
No, I just wanted to play it because I always buy them and usually play them.
How are your trophies on that?
I haven't gone back to them.
Did you get the one for them being your friends or whatever?
No, I didn't. On either the Vita or the PS4, I did not.
Give them a gift and they do weird fucking motions and shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't understand that at all. But I just rolled with it.
You know more about it than I do.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I've eaten this year.
Brandon, you still getting your list together?
I mean, I got a couple that I can throw out there real quick.
Well, if you still getting yours, I can go ahead and get mine.
I mean, like, I'm not gonna have the whole thing. I just got what I remember so far. I'd have to like really start scrolling to like remember all the little ones. But yeah, like so, Little Nightmares was this time. Inside was this year. The Evil Within was this year. What was it? Shadow Warrior 2 was this year. Not Absolver, obviously this year. Players Unknown, technically, I guess this year. Hellblade is this year. The Uncharted DLC is this year. Dark Souls 3 DLC this year. That's really like all that I can remember recently. I'll have a full list ready for the beginning of next year. But yo, I'm like, I know 3 more off the top.
Ghost
Horizon
Recon.
Zero Dawn. I have literally like the last mission. I just haven't figured it out yet because I've been playing Destiny and shit. Absolver, which literally again I have like maybe an hour left in that game. It's just I haven't gone back to it. And then there was one more. Fucking what was the name of that shit? That doesn't matter. Oh, I guess technically Destiny 2 also.
Yeah.
Beat the campaign for that.
All right.
But that's all I got.
All right. So I want to get my multiplayer games, which of course you know is Rocket League.
Good. Yeah.
Yep. Hey, I got to put it out there.
Wait. Does that even count for this year? Because
Yeah.
haven't you been playing that for a couple of years?
Yeah, but I put over
30 hours this year alone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got way over 30 this year because I play on PC and PS4.
Gotcha.
I don't know how many hours in Players Unknowns though. I think I might be just under 30 hours. I'm not really sure. Modern Warfare Remaster. I've been putting over 30. I put over 30 hours in that game.
Doing some work in there.
Yeah, I mean, I just love playing Modern Warfare series, but for single player games, Quantum Break, beat that at the beginning of the year. Journey, Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. Went back and beat GTA 5 on a PS4 this time. Going Home, Final Fantasy 15. Abzu, Yakuza 0, Attack on Titan, Horizon Zero Dawn, Press X to Not Die, Batman Arkham VR, Inside, Hellblade, Ghost Recon, Titanfall 2, and Destiny 2.
I forgot about Abzu.
Yeah, that was a
didn't I put you on that shit?
No, it was
when you came over that one time.
Was that you? Oh yeah, you did talk about. Yep, you did.
Yeah, man, that game is the shit. It was really good.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're a very diverse group. Play different games.
And we all understand what quality looks like.
Uh,
I don't even know why that was funny.
Well, I'm gonna say, man, because quality for me, especially for some of like the weird, quirky games that I pick up, might not exactly be the exact same thing you consider quality. So that's why I find it funny. So
we all know that Orc Slayer was shit.
Oh yes, that's
so. I think we understand at a bare minimum we can agree on what shit is. But yeah, nah. Yeah, we got a good group here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So that was the last topic. One thing I do want to put out. So for our 25th episode, which will be after TGS, I'm going to do a special 25 episode giveaway. The giveaway would be a game of your choice, whether it be PlayStation, be Xbox, or it can be PC. And the max you can pick the game for is $60. So I put out the giveaway. It'll be probably in the description later on. I'll do a separate YouTube video announcing it. I won't be putting it like on any social media site. It will be all on the video. So the only way you will know about it is if you actually tune in to the podcast. That's what I wanted folks to know, to people that tune in and watch the videos on the podcast. So, yep. So if you put the word out, hey, that's up to you. That's your doing. If you want to retweet it, that's up to you. That means you will have a worse chance of winning. But if you want to go ahead and sign up for it, go ahead and check these guys out on YouTube. Damon X22. Go ahead and check them out. He will be one of the things you can select, so you check out his content. Good guy. I wish he streamed more, but that's another topic.
Yo, with this shit ass internet connection over here,
well,
I ain't streaming
I ain't
shit.
talking about now. I'm talking about when you get back. But yeah, check him out.
Nah, I want him talking to me from his hotel all the way down. That's what I want. I want that hallway connection.
But yeah, hey, go ahead and do the outros.
Bye.
All right. Who else? Next.
Yo,
All
it's
right.
Lewis here for
Yeah,
your hallway
yeah.
connections all the time, every time, 24/7. Hit me up.
All right, Randy.
Hey, Damon X22. You already know how we do. Let's keep it gaming.
All right, Chris. Funchero.
He's probably passed the fuck out by now.
Like he was talking about like a bunch of other stuff. I don't know.
Oh, good. All right. Well, yeah. This Tony, the host. Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys. If you tune in right after, I want to go ahead and say that I forgot one game that I forgot to mention was Mario Kart. So Mario Kart, it was another game I put over 30 hours in. So if you want to get that work, just let me know. Mario Kart.
Wow.
All right, but hey, thank you guys for tuning. See you guys later. Talk to you guys later. See you in
Later.
3 weeks. All right, peace.
Right.
Deuces.